being able to press to handstand like this took me well over 750 days. I know, you may be thinking that's a long duration of time, and you're about to find out why it took so long. Here is my handstand progression breakdown.
It all began during 2020 spring, that funny year with COVID lockdowns in Canada. Not being able to go to the gym, I had to look for creative ways to continue training my body. But I began to look for something beyond just aesthetics and muscles.
That's when I came across handstands. The idea felt truly fascinating to me, to have so much control over your body to an extent where you can stay upside down and have full control to stay upside down.
And pressing up to handstands, it just seemed phenomenal. Plus, I was told handstands require ridiculous amount of strength, mobility, and its benefits are endless. Therefore,
Handstand was exactly what I was looking for.
my progression took three main phases: learning the handstand, building flexibility, and finally building the press strength. In order to press to handstand, I first had to learn how to do the handstand. Day one, I went straight in and it obviously didn't go too well. So I began using the wall's assistance. I spent the bulk of my time using wall's help, just getting used to the feeling of being upside down, and letting my wrists and shoulders adapt to holding my body's entire weight. Slowly, I began experimenting handstands without wall assistance after building enough confidence, with a rough goal of holding it for 10 seconds. Again, many times it didn't go too well. With loads of falling down and failures, my time being upside down gradually increased. Then finally, on day 138, I got that 10 plus seconds record, and I was very happy.
Now that I can hold the handstand, next thing on the list was to get flexible. If you notice, all the press to handstand motion starts with your palm on the floor with your leg straight. This requires a great deal of flexibility in your hips and your hamstrings.
And I was the stiffest person ever. For the next while, I decided to put a hold on handstands and focus on flexibility training. That is when my overachiever brain sparked a thought. If I have to become flexible anyways, might as well do so by training the splits. And just like that, the flexibility training began, which involved lots of pain. Enduring through pain and patience, I became flexible.
While all this was happening, I came to realize that I've been doing my handstands wrong the whole time. Let me explain.
Handstands are sort of like this Jenga block. The straighter it is, the more stable and balanced it will be. When it's not straight, it becomes inefficient and it will easily lose its balance. And my handstands were sort of like this Jenga block. I did not know how to engage my core to prevent my body from bending, causing the banana. And most importantly, I lacked the upper body mobility. Therefore, I had to train to engage my core by sucking in the belly, and most importantly, open up my upper body. Again, this meant it was time for more flexibility work. Meanwhile, I started variations of handstands as well, like the tuck to handstands, straddle to handstands, and just getting used to more leg movement getting into the handstand.
Now that I've gotten flexible, next thing on the list was to work on my compression strength. Compression is where you lean forward and put your entire body's weight onto your upper body, like this. This is where I had to integrate the strength and mobility that I've been working on together.
Even with decent level of flexibility that I built, the press still felt physically impossible because I didn't have that compression strength. So I leaned back on the wall again, my best friend. With wall support on my back, I trained the eccentric press to get the feeling of the hip movement coming down. Simultaneously, I scaled the difficulty by doing elevated press with some kind of height assistance. Very slowly over time, I began to get a grasp of the feeling of press movement. I was able to press up with just one yoga block assistance, and it felt very nice. And finally, on day 781, this happened. It felt pretty surreal because it took more than 2 years to accomplish something that felt truly impossible at the start. Now that I've finally unlocked my press to handstand, it was all about perfecting the movement with more precision, better press, smoother liftoff, and smoother negatives.
My progression took a long time because number one, becoming flexible took a lot longer than I expected. Number two, I chose to embrace my slow learning speed. All in all, handstand is a great movement. And oftentimes doing great things require great patience, great perseverance, and great dedication. So if you're watching this video because you need some insight as to how to get the press to handstand done, I just want to let you know that it may take some time for you as well. Whether that be 100 days, 200 days, or even almost 800 days like me. And that is more than okay because that's what makes your journey so special. I feel like fun of anything is found in the journey, not in the destination. So hopefully you can be patient and just trust the process. I hope you found this video valuable, and if you did, please stay tuned as I'll be coming back with more of my movement journey. I sincerely appreciate your precious time and your attention, and I hope you have an amazing day.